Okay, we're about to explore one of the most ambitious and, well, controversial architectural proposals in modern American history. We're talking about a plan that could totally reshape the skyline of Washington, D.C. So it all starts with this one number, 250 feet. Now, that is the proposed height for a brand new monument right in the nation's capital. And, it's not a random number at all. It's a very deliberate choice. It's meant to commemorate 250 years of American independence. Now, to really get a sense of the scale here, just look at this. At 250 feet, this arch wouldn't just be tall. It would absolutely dwarf the Lincoln Memorial. It would even surpass the world-famous Arc de Triomphe over in Paris. That would make it the largest structure of its kind on the entire planet. Wow!
So you're probably asking, what exactly is this massive arch? Who's behind it? And maybe most importantly, why has it kicked up such a fierce debate about architecture, power, and even national identity? Well, let's unpack all of that.
All right, first things first, let's take a look at the official plan for what the White House is calling the United States Triumphal Arch. And, this is way beyond just a concept at this point. We're talking detailed renderings have already been put out there.
And the design? Well, it's nothing short of opulent. The computer-generated images show this massive white arch, and on top, a gilded, gold-covered statue of a winged Lady Liberty. Then you've got it flanked by 2 golden eagles with 4 golden lions guarding the base. And for the final touch, inscriptions celebrating some core American ideals.
Okay, so we've seen what it looks like, but what is this thing supposed to mean? What's the symbolism here? Well, the answer really depends on who you're asking. And this is where we get to the heart of the controversy. So the administration is really presenting this as a unifying project. Their official story is that it's an architectural masterpiece, right? Something designed to build up national pride, a monument that every American can get behind to celebrate a major anniversary. But then you have the critics, both here in the States and overseas, and they see it, well, very differently. This analysis from the French newspaper Le Parisien kind of sums up what a lot of them are feeling, that this whole project is less about national pride and way more about personal ambition and vanity. And the historical context of a triumphal arch is so important here. These things aren't just pretty decorations. They have a long, long history tied to Roman emperors and conquering heroes, think Napoleon. So critics are pointing right at that symbolism, suggesting that building one now is a sort of quasi-monarchical move in a democratic republic. So here's the thing. This arch doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's really the capstone of a much bigger pattern of renovations happening all over Washington, D.C., and they all seem to have a very distinct architectural signature. During his term, President Trump kicked off several really high-profile changes to these historic spaces. We're talking about things like adding more gold leaf to the Oval Office, that controversial redesign of the Rose Garden, redecorating the Lincoln bathroom with tons of opulent marble and gold, and even proposing a huge new ballroom for the White House. You can kind of see a similar aesthetic running through all of them.
And yeah, these projects come with some absolutely staggering price tags. Get this. The budget for just the new White House ballroom, which was funded by private donations, by the way, reportedly ballooned from an initial estimate of $200 million all the way up to a final figure of $400 million. And observers overseas have definitely taken notice of this consistent aesthetic. They've used words like ostentatious. That proposed new ballroom, for instance, has drawn direct comparisons to the super opulent Palace of Versailles in France. So, as you can imagine, this grand architectural vision with the 250-foot arch as its centerpiece has been met with some equally grand opposition. It's really sparked a major controversy in the Capitol. And the pushback is pretty organized. It's focused on a few key issues. First, the proposed location is a huge point of conflict. Then there's just the sheer scale of the design. Opponents are also asking some serious questions about the funding, and get this, the project is already facing a federal lawsuit from a whole coalition of veterans and historians. Architects and preservationists in particular have been really vocal about this. They're warning that this arch would just completely overwhelm the Capitol's historic, carefully planned landscape. But maybe more to the point, it would sit directly across the river from Arlington National Cemetery. That would forever change a very solemn and sacred view. The final resting place for the nation's military heroes. So the renderings are out there, the battle lines have been drawn, but this project still has to clear its final and probably most significant hurdle.
Okay, so the final decision comes down to the U.S. Commission of Fine Arts. That's a federal agency that's supposed to advise on design stuff in the Capitol. But here's the catch. All of the members of this commission, they are appointed by the president. And that, as you can imagine, raises some serious questions about how impartial that final review process can really be.
You know, this whole controversy really leaves us with a bigger, more provocative question that goes way beyond just one arch. It makes us ask, who gets to shape a nation's identity in stone and steel? And at the end of the day, how do we decide what story our national monuments should be telling for all the generations to come?